The Chassam Sofer shares this idea when he says, we say on Rosh Hashanah, Malchiyos, Zichronios, and Shofros. Malchiyos, 10 psukim of kingship, Kadesha Tamlichuni Aleichem. You appoint me, Hashem, over you. Zichronios, that I should remember your memories for the good. Ubameh, and with what? B'shofar. So ask the Chassam Sofer, we stay in shul for 6-7 hours on Rosh Hashanah. And we say, how should Hashem remember us with the shofar? What? Our davening is chopped liver? Says the Chassam Sofer, but if our mouths are not pure, and we speak Lashon Hara, our mouths won't work. So therefore we need the pure peel of the shofar that's not sullied with anything. So this is a second thing that we have to know, that tzaras is very nagei l'maisa nowadays. Because without a pure mouth, today our prayers are also muskar. There's a lock on our account, and our prayers don't work. You know, it says, we all know this pasuk, Da'aga b'leiv ish yashchena. So the literal meaning of the pasuk, which is important meaning, is a person that has worry in their heart, yashchena. Push it down. Because worry is a lot of times destructive. But the Gemara says, we dash in yashchena to mean yasichena la'acherim. If you have a worry, talk with someone else. Rashi says, in explanation to this, simple explanation, talk to someone else, maybe they'll give you advice. So, according to Rashi, it means talk to someone smart. Someone that can give you advice, maybe how to, solve the worry. Others learn that it means speak to an empathetic person. There's an IQ and an EQ. Speak to a person that has a good emotional quotient. Because that person, it says, a sorrow shared is halved. Just speaking it with someone, even if they don't have an eitzah, but speaking to someone makes the burden less. But there's a third pshat in Yasichena La'acherim. It's important to know this. The Metzora Shas brings down, speak to other people because they'll daven for you. People will daven for you. That's also effective. Now, I want to tell you a third practical application of tzaras in our day. It says, Bodod Yeshev Mechutz L'Machana Moshava. He should sit alone, right? During COVID, I remember saying this during COVID, that the only place where we find quarantine in the Torah is by tzaras. In COVID, we were all quarantined, remember that? From Pesach to Shavuos, we didn't go out to the shul, we were quarantined. Old people had their Seder alone, they were afraid. It was a very scary time. Bodod Yeshev, he should sit solitary, Mechutz L'Machana Moshava, outside of the camp. So Rashi says that this is an element of midah keneged midah. It's actually a punishment, measure for measure. Here's a person who spoke Lashon Hara and caused husband and wife to fight with one another. A woman has a jogging partner, and while they were jogging, the woman says to her friend, I notice You're always taking out the garbage. What, your husband can't help you take out the garbage? Is he too high and mighty to take out the garbage? That night, the wife comes home and has a fight with her husband. You know, I see I'm letting you step all over me. Even the neighbors notice what a lousy husband you are. This woman caused a fight between husband and wife. Here's a man. He speaks to his friend. You know, I thought you had a successful business. You have Chaim working for you? You got to be kidding. I never knew anybody as lazy as Chaim. He must be a horror. Very shortly thereafter, Chaim is fired. Can't pay his mortgage. Says Rashi, you made problems between husband and wife. You caused somebody to lose his job. Get out of society. Mida connected mida. Get out of society. That's the way Rashi learns. It's interesting that this Dazikanim Bali Taisa says that the reason why we send him out is because tzaras is infectious. But the truth of the matter is we also send him out to send a message. You know, it's funny. In the society of Goyim, a person that's always has the scoop and always has the latest gossip is the, you know, is the joy of the party. He's a person that everybody gravitates to, but Al Pi Torah, with the lens of Torah, that person is not fit for society. I have a feeling, I feel very strongly about this. I have a feeling that this is also Negei L'Maisa. There are people that say they don't have friends. I hear it from people. You know, I don't have any friends. I don't know why. I just can't find a friend. People don't want to be my friend. You know something? If you're a Baal Lashon Hara, Hashem makes it that you shouldn't have friends. And Hashem doesn't want you to... The sin of listening to Lashon Hara is bigger than the sin of speaking. Hashem doesn't want you to mess up people. Hashem doesn't want you to wreck people's lives. So Hashem makes you shouldn't have friends. As a matter of fact, Reb Level Katz in the Oyel Aryeh says, you know why Metzora is Choshev Kameis? Why is Tzaras like dead? The answer is because the Metzora has to be quarantined. And Chazal tells us, Oy chavrusa, oy misusa. Either friendship or death. Person that's quarantined and taken out of society, that's a death. You have a husband has to know this. Husband should never discourage his wife from having friends. Sometimes a husband is jealous of his wife's friends, but oy chavrusa, oy misusa. It's either companionship or death. We're chapped here by the clock. There's a lot more to say. We will have a shir called for the Shabbos table. We will talk more. I want to thank our sponsors, anonymously for Sima Frey, the Basmina, also the Sender family, Akar Satayv to the Shiurim, and our Shalema for Shimon Ben Atachaya. We're looking for a sponsor for next week. 718-916-3100, rmmwsi@aol.com. Come join us for the Daf Yomi. Next week is 8:30 at zoomdaf.com. Meeting code capitals RMMW. Thank you for joining us, and have a wonderful Shabbos.